Hey y'all, happy Tuesday, happy spoken word Tuesday. I hope you guys Tuesday is coming along fine. You guys know on Tuesday, I like to bring a word, right? And today I'm going to be reading out of Psalms, actually. Um, Psalms chapter 92, KJV version, right? All right, you guys. So I want to give you guys a little bit of history about Psalms, right? Psalms contain, I said, 150 Psalms, right? And Psalms is basically defined as a sacred song or hymn, right? Some type of song or some type of hymn, that you illustrate to the Father, or that you crying out to the Father, or giving praises to the Father, or just singing a joyful song, right? Psalm is basically, meant to be sung because they're songs, but they're also used as prayers, right? And we know that David wrote many psalms. David, who the Father used to be the king of Israel when they was as one, when Judah and Israel was together, right? David wrote many psalms, right? Crying out to the Father, or expressing himself, or singing joyful songs to him, just being illustrious and everything, through psalms, right? By little songs or hymns, right? Now, even though there's about 150 of them, it's known that David wrote 73 or more, okay? More psalms, right? And they cover all kind of topics, okay? But it was written basically for the Father, okay? Okay. Also, there's a little bit more about it. Like, it's also known as different kind of words. Like the Book of Psalms, also known as the Psalms or the Psalter, right? And it is the first book of the third section of the Hebrew Bible, okay? In the Old Testament, and it is like the anthology book of religious hymns, okay? And again, it expresses worship and it encourages praise, to the Father for what He had, for who He is, and what He has done, right? So reading these psalms, remember they are songs, man, and prayers, but people consider prayers, but they are known to be songs or hymns, sung to, express how they feel about the Father, about what was going on in their life, either crying out to Him for help, or singing joyful songs to Him, or something like that. Or just talking to Him or crying out for Him because they're in need, okay? But I'm going to read Psalms 92, right? KJV version. And the header said a psalm or a song for the Sabbath day, okay? And this is just a psalm, of one of the Hebrews crying out to the Father, and also, making himself know that the Father is going to come and help him overcome what he's going through and things like that. And just talking about the wicked and the righteous, and where they going, or how they gonna be resulted to in the end. Okay. So this only have 15 verses, but it's powerful. So I want you guys to just listen to what I'm saying, listen to the words, okay? Because it's a powerful psalm, or it's a powerful psalm, or song, or hymn that's gonna illustrate, what the people was going through and how they was crying out to the Father, okay? Because they was righteous people, and how they also was wishing that the Father avenged them from the wicked people, okay? So Psalms, again, David wrote about 73 of them. Really, Psalms is known for David, Okay, so Psalm 92, KJV version. Okay. A psalm or song for the Sabbath day. Verse 1. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord, and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High. To shew forth in thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon the psaltery upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Lord, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Lord, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shall thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eyes also shall hear, mine eyes also shall see my desire on mine enemies, and mine ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing. To shew that the Lord is upright, he is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. So you guys heard that song, or that hymn, or that prayer? You see, it's very powerful. And it's just those, it's in the Old Testament, those, the Hebrews, right? They were saying it was a good thing to give thanks to the Father, right? So let's just analyze this a little bit, right? So, to sing to the Father and give thanks to the Father, right? To show forth the loving kindness, being faithful to the Father every night, upon the instrument of 10 strings, right? And upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. So, all this is saying, right? Giving thanks to the Father through instruments, through music. So, even though, we have a lot of music people, the rappers, the singers, and everything, yes, in the ancient days, the music was for to give praises to the Father. Not to give praise to the devil, but to give praises to the Father, right? Not to give praise so people can go be influenced and have their mind to be corrupt, but it was given to, explore righteousness and everything. And also just praise God with your song. Use your instruments like your drums, your guitars, your pianos, your flutes, your harps, your psalteries. You see? Your everything, all the music instruments, those were tools of instruments to give the Father gratification, right? Just illustrating your love that you have for the Father, right? Singing a joyful song or singing a joyful hymn. That's what it is. All right. And it goes on to say, "Oh Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep." So, and it says, "A brutish man knoweth not, neither do a fool understand this." So, like the brutish man or a fool would never understand the great works of the Father. Because the saying is, "Oh Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep," right? Because remember, the Father don't just thoughts are none like ours, cannot compare. And he's just saying how great works of the Father, because he know what the Father had done for him, and what he can do for others if they was just not being such a fool, if they was just wanting to seek the Father diligently so he can give them understanding. And of course, you do have to be chosen, but he do chose you if you seek him diligently, okay? He know that you're reaching out to him and he will answer to you, okay? But a brutish man knoweth not, and he do it, I said the fool, but the brutish man is somebody that's just uncivilized, somebody have no manners, no nothing about them, so just around here doing everything, no value for them, no care for them, just brutish, uncivilized, like a wild animal or something, with no common sense, no legitimacy, just a fool with no understanding, just wicked as ever, doing wicked things, bringing great iniquity to him, to just die in the end, perish a lot, and be tormented because his own decisions be first before dying, but the end ultimately dying and resolving judgment for eternal tormentation. All right. And it says, "When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the works of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever." You see? So it's saying because the wicked, they spring in so many of them, right? Instead of trying to, be righteous, do righteous things, it's so many wicked, trust and believe me. And they spring out and everything and do so much, right? But when all that wickedness come to a whole, when it be made whole, then they burst and they perish, okay? Because we don't think that all the stuff we doing add up, right? 1 + 1 = 2. So all the stuff we putting out in the universe is just going and it's building up. What do you think is going? it's going in a circle to come right back to you based on what you put out there, right? So if you wicked like the grass and sprouting out wicked like the grass, then you should look forward to dying, or being, destructive in the last part, of your old age. You see? Because the old age, when you get a night from some don't even make to an old age, but some people make to the old age when they sit back and they start thinking about all the stuff they did do and how it's coming back on them, right? All the wickedness they do and how it's coming back on them. Well, it comes to them. That conscience, it comes to them. Even though they might not let you know, it comes to them. All right? So don't be, like the wicked, springing out as grass, right? Don't be, the works of iniquity until they flourish. Because when they flourish, as it is written, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. Once your iniquity flourish, once you've done so much iniquity and then be made whole, right? It is that you will be destroyed forever. Now, but it says, but thou, Lord, are most high forevermore. So even though you do what you doing to being out here springing out like the grass with all your iniquities, right? The Lord is going to be here for everlasting more because his word don't change. Now, we may change in our ways and all things we do because we human and we in flesh. God is spirit. And his word and his law down here don't change because he's evermore. Then it says, for lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the works of iniquity shall be scattered. Right? So that's him crying out to the Father, telling him to take revenge on him. See? The hymn song, crying out, asking, saying because he know that his dying enemies is going to be perished, right? They're all going to be scattered because he know he is doing right before the Father and the Father is going to protect him. Okay? And is protecting him. Okay? So he already confident, very, very confident, that the Lord is going to make his enemies perish, right? And all the workers, of the iniquity of his enemies is going to be scattered. Right? And he also comes in because he next says, but he says next, but my horn shall thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eyes also shall see my desire on my enemies, and mine ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise against me. See, he already know. He got so much faith and trust in the Lord, right? Because he know, remember, the God word is pure. We have done that short. And if you believe in his word and everything, he'll be a shield unto you, right? So he believed in the Father's word, right? So, right, the Father is a shield unto him, right? Okay, so he already know that the Father is going to come do whatever he needs him to do for him because he has faith in him, right? And plus he knows that the words of the Bible is true. Okay? All right. So, and he also, his desires again, he said, my eyes shall also see the desire of my enemies, and my ears shall hear desire of the wicked that goes against me. Yes, he already know that the Father is going to protect him against the wicked. His desires, for the wicked to be justified for doing so much to him. And he already know he got faith, that his desires will be fulfilled because he doing what he needs to do to get that fulfillment. Okay? And I wonder what happened because, and that goes back, you guys, to the short I was just trying to find for you guys that I had read this morning. What did I put it at? That is crazy. Okay, so that was Proverbs 35. Okay, so I'm only going back to here because in here he's telling out his desires and he knowing that the Father is going to take care of him, right? He going to come protect him, right? He knows the Father's going to be his shield to him and everything, okay? He know that. And that's why he's so confident. All right. I'll have to go back and find it. I was trying to find it. Okay, and verse 12, he's saying, the righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord, shall flourish in the courts of our God. So he's saying the righteous, you see, he should flourish like a palm tree, right? He should grow like a cedar of Lebanon. He should be big too, huge and powerful, right? When he or she walk, that presence is known. They can feel that presence. They can feel everything, right? Because that's how much power he's going to have with the presence, or she's going to have with the presence, because he planted his house, in the house of the Lord, and the house in the courts of the Lord as well. So the Lord allowed them to flourish. everybody who they walk past would respect them and honor them. Because he was built up, like a cedar, like a cedar tree in Lebanon, right? And he also planted his house of the in the Lord, in the courts of the Lord. So the Father will still allow him to flourish in the courts of the Lord, or allow her to flourish in the courts of the Lord, right? Then it goes on to say, they shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing. So even if you follow the Father, and walk in his path, even when you get old, you still gonna be bear fruit. I mean, it's all kind of examples of fruits, blessing, success, children. Some women be 60 years old, 50 years old, still bearing fruits, right? Because that person is flourishing, they're blessed. Some people be old age and just still looking good, still got energy, still be able to do, they can do what they can do because of how they live. They live righteously. So they was able to flourish like that. They was able to be built, like a cedar tree in Lebanon, right? They was able to flourish even in their own age, right? They was able to be fat and flourish all that fatliness, right? All because of how they walk, and all because of them keeping God's words pure and allowing the fathers to be a shield unto him, because they had trust into him and trust in him, and the righteous they put forth, just basically following the laws and commandments. No one is perfect, like I said, and we all fall short from the glory, but practicing and observing will help you get there. Practice do make perfect. And the final verse 15, to shew that the Lord is upright, he is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. So you see, a person right here who make the Lord his rock, the Lord help him become a rock, right? Because he know that there's no unrighteousness in the Father, right? So that person give all this trust to the Father, and this being the Old Testament, but in the New Testament we had the Messiah, through the Messiah. But during this time right here, everything was going to God, okay? And they knew that the Lord was upright. They knew that he was their rock and everything. They knew there was no unrighteousness in the Lord, okay? So they allowed the Lord to guide them. They put their faith in them, and they allow God's words to be pure in their heart, mind, body, spirit, and soul, so God can use them, right? To create a song, or to create a hymn, or to use instruments and drums and everything to sing to the Father, right? Or to be illustrious to the Father, or to cry to the Father, or to sing a joyful song to the Father, or to pray out to the Father, or to commit a hymn to the Father, which is a song. So again, I just read Psalms 92, KJV version. All right, and that's Psalms 92. I'm telling you guys that I must have put that other one all the way back here. Let's see. I really want to read that last one. Well, when I did that short, so you can understand a little bit more of what I'm saying. And I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Well, I think I remember it though. Let me just go to it for you. I think I remember. Let's see. Can I remember it? Yes, here we go. So again, the reason why he was able to cry out to the Father, right, and have make this a prayer or a hymn and everything, or know that the Father is righteous and make the Father his rock, because it goes back to the short that I did this morning from Proverbs 30, chapter 5, KJV version. It says, "Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him." So you see, the Hebrews back in the day utilized this right here, right? They knew that the God words was pure and it was true, right? And they put all their trust and faith in him so he could be a shield to them, leading to these songs and these hymns that made them way confident to know that the Father was going to be a shield to protect them from all the wickedness and everything that was around them, by believing that God's word was pure, so that he could be a shield unto them. Okay. All right, you guys, I hope this lesson brought some clarification to you guys, and I hope that it's helping you on your journey, right? Because again, like I say, I'm not here to say 99 sheep, at least one. I know one want to learn, right? So I'm here to help that one. But of course, if 99 want to learn too, please be my guest and everything. And again, I read from Psalms 92,
KJV version, and my short was from Proverbs 30:5. Now you guys should know what a psalm is, or a hymn is, or a prayer is, you know, or what David was doing with all these psalms and all the other Hebrews back then, and all the instruments and where the instruments come from, the pianos, violins, all that, why it was invented. You just heard it right there. It was invented. All those music tools was invented to give the Father praises, not to give the world praises. All right, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Happy Spoken Word Tuesday, and I love y'all. Peace to the Middle East. Armageddon. Restoration. Bye.